So what's the first word that comes to your mind when you hear Harley Davidson?
I guess classy.
Cruisers.
Choppers.
Thump.
So now what's the first motorcycle that comes to your mind for the following words? Okay?
Okay.
First one, muscular.
Hayabusa.
Futuristic. H2R.
Sporty.
R1.
Mean.
MV Agusta.
Fun.
Hypermotor.
Turkey.
And Aprilia again.
Now, what if I told you that these words were actually the inspiration for a Harley Davidson?
Okay.
I don't think so.
Which one?
They call it Fatbob.
I really dig the way this looks. I love how seamlessly they have managed to infuse radical into old school bobber. Makes for a fantastic concoction though of tech and brawn. Just what you need to make the millennials stand up and notice. Question is, how long can it hold their attention? From all the ingredients, it looks like the Fatbob has what it takes to smash through their screens. Starting with 145 Nm torque, courtesy the new Milwaukee 8 107 motor. That's 11 more than the old Warhorse. And it is delivered with ferocity because the new Fatbob is 15 kgs lighter. I say ferocity because the old Fatbob felt angrier as it tore through the tarmac because it rattled you to the bone. This, on the other hand, feels like an iron fist in a velvet glove. The counterbalancers wipe out all the buzz to immerse you instead in a heady mix of sprint and rumble. And don't let these drag bars fool you into thinking that this is a steamroller like its predecessor. For now, it gets equipment which borders the realm of sport. Q, 43mm inverted single cartridge forks and a monoshock from Showa, a slip and assist clutch, a chassis that is lighter and also 34% more rigid, and twin 300mm rotors up front to drop anchor. Equipment which ensures that the Fatbob can lighten up your face even in the canyons. Now don't get me wrong, there is no getting around the 309 kg curve weight. Also at 1610 mm, the wheelbase feels almost a mile long. And also this 150 section front tire, it looks mighty cool but it doesn't allow quick change of directions. But the increased cornering clearance means that you can carry a lot more speed into corners and also fully utilize the leverage provided by the wide handlebar. Also, once leaned over, the new rigid frame and the revised suspension means you have rock solid stability, which will literally see you scraping the pegs with little movement. As far as braking is concerned, yeah, I feel it could be better, but to be honest, this is among the better braking units which I have experienced on Harleys thus far. And the sporty flair doesn't come at the cost of comfort because more suspension travel and revised damping sees the Fatbob iron out most of the bumps with only the sharpest craters jolting up your hands. I also love the ease afforded by the remote preload adjuster, which allows you to tweak the suspension on the go. Also, the ergonomics are relaxed, the seat is nice and plush, and also the engine will pull cleanly from 35 to 100 kilometers per hour without any juddering in the third gear. No, but it's not built for long distances. Not with its 14-liter tank, only 120 mm of ground clearance, no wind protection, and even the seat, even though it's really comfortable, it doesn't allow you a lot of room to move around. So in a way, you wouldn't mind pulling over as often for fuel stops and also giving your butt a break. Thank you. Here in the urban jungle, you'll appreciate the low seat height. Also, the clutch I felt was surprisingly light for a Harley. It won't break your hand in stop-go traffic. But having said that, there is no escaping the heat radiating from the 1750cc V-twin, especially when you're standing still. But then the targeted oil cooling means that as soon as you start moving, things cool down quite quickly, which is a good thing. I'm also not very fond of the position of the left-hand indicator. It's normally where you have your horn. And you can imagine my frustration. I mean, especially in a place like India where we use the horn as much as our cell phones to communicate on the road, it can get very, very annoying. But that's Harley Davidson for you, right? I mean, these motorcycles were not really made for India. They're not the most practical option for our traffic, for our weather. I mean, even the fuel tank on this, right? It doesn't even have a lock. But here's the thing. Those of you who are watching this or actually contemplating buying this machine, you already knew that. You're not buying this for all the practical reasons. You're buying this for what it is, a Harley Davidson. You want to buy it for its sheer size. You want to buy it for that V-twin rumble. You want to buy it for that freight train of a torque. And on all those counts, this Fatbob really delivers in spades. And that too, it's a design language that even the millennials will call lit. So for that, I do raise my glass to Harley Davidson. Well done, very well done.